no matter whether they leave or not, don't stop with the affirmations because someone could come right back. Even if they do leave, like that could be just like a test, if you will. What is up, my fellow dreamers and soul searchers? Welcome to the Roxy Talks Manifestation Podcast, your raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic source for all things manifestation related. I'm Roxy Lee, and for the last decade, I have been researching and developing my signature 360 method, which combines behavioral science, quantum physics, and the law of attraction to help you manifest a life beyond your wildest dreams. Visit roxytalks.com for more info. Now, let's get into it. Manifested an SP, but he's leaving the country soon. Okay. No, he's not. Okay. You have several options, and I would say do all of them. Because deciding like a reality where you just manifested something and now they're leaving is it sounds like you're programming for one, having good things being taken away from us or good things going away. That's a normal thing for people to manifest, or to experience, I should say. So we have to make sure that when we manifest something good in our lives, we are not allowing the thoughts about when is it going to go away? What if I lose it? What if this? What if they don't that? How come they just, all of the thoughts that describe you not having it anymore need to be eliminated essentially, but as much, reduced as much as possible. And then so that's one. The next thing you're going to want to do is like visualize them staying. I'm guessing, or like I don't know if you want to stay or you want to go with them, whatever one you would like, or you can visualize both. Literally, when I say do all of them, it's like I would want you to kind of like think of all the best options that would be possible, and then kind of like then you can here you go, universe, here's some options for you. And you're like, yeah, it'd be cool. Like we're going to blah, blah, blah country and I can't wait. It's going to be such an exciting experience, blah, blah, blah. Or they're staying with me. We have such an intense connection. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what our future holds, blah, blah, blah. So kind of either pick a reality that you want or pick a few that would be cool that you wouldn't mind and like kind of juggle them around and toy with them so that you, at least you're not going back and forth about the problem. You're going back and forth about which good opportunity you would like, good outcome you would like. And then the next thing would be to now what you really want to do is start creating, like you want to, how do I say this? You need to evolve your story about your relationship up ahead a few months, like, or years or something, right? Like now that you have the SP, you guys have this insane connection. You can't get enough of each other. You love being around each other. We feel so longing for each other when we're not together, or they feel that way about me. I'm fine when they're not with me, but I know they long for me. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like really talk about how great of a bond you have. They're not going anywhere without you. They couldn't leave you for anything, and they want to be around you all the time. They're molding their lives to fit you into it. Everything is working out so you guys can be together. Those kind of ideas and affirmations. And then no matter what happens, whether they stay or go, you still talk about how much they can't stand not being with you. They do everything in their power to be with you as much as possible. They see you as often as they can. They talk to you as often as possible. They need you in their life. I don't know, whatever. I'm just making things up. But like no matter whether they leave or not, don't stop with the affirmations because someone could come right back. Even if they do leave, like that could be just like a test, if you will. By the way, I'm going to be talking about tests more in depth in my first monthly group program. I know we've been talking about it. And this is I'm sorry to segue in the middle of your answer because I literally was just like, I need to say this real fast to segue in the middle of your answer, but I'm going to be talking more about tests in our very first group program. It's not necessarily our first group program, but it's the first group program of the new structure that I'm doing. We're going to be talking about taking massive action and inspired action and why taking action is so powerful. We're going to be getting ourselves to that space so that we can take action and we can create huge shifts in our 3D reality and basically make leaps and bounds in our manifestation. So I will be discussing tests and going more in depth and diving deep into what tests are, what they mean, why they happen, and how you can um, essentially pass them, right? So the reason I said that because I was talking to you about tests. So essentially, like if they left, that could be what you might consider to be a test. So you want to pass the test, okay? Even if they did leave the country, that doesn't mean anything about your manifestation. Doesn't mean anything about your relationship. People in relationship leave the country all the time, and they come back and everything's fine. So we don't want to act like them leaving the country is the end of everything because it's not. It's just this is just the beginning. So we're switching the way we think about it. You're switching your perspective and don't let anything that happens make you switch that, okay? You helped me get my SP to come back when I had coaching with you 2 years ago. He didn't stay, but I'm glad because polygamy is not for me. I don't like to share. So, let me tell you some shit right now because you are the 3rd. I'm not gonna give nothing, no ways of nobodies, but I wanna tell you, you are the 3rd person in less than a week that I have talked to that is dealing with or that has mentioned polygamy, uh, polyamory, or I learned a new term. It's called ENM, something non-monogamy. But it's a fucking topic right now. And like I always tell you guys that I always know what's going on with you because everybody will be talking about the same shit at the same time. And I don't know what is going on with this polyamory thing. Is going it's people are coming to me lately a lot for it, so it's very interesting for the yeah, it's just been a few days and I keep seeing that, so obviously my RAS is gonna be picking that up more, and I'm manifesting it, but I think it's ethically non-monogamous. I think that's what it is, ethically non-monogamous. I think that's what the E stands for. Yeah, there it is, ethical non-monog yeah, yeah, I'd never heard of it before. And last week I had 2 clients that were dealing with polyamory and ethical non-monogamy, and then now you can come over here talking about polygamy. So it's just very interesting right now that that kind of energy is Dina says no thanks. So we can just and it was really funny too because before I talked to the person that told me about the E and M, I had talked to somebody before and I made up an acronym. I was like, we'll just call it FLM, which is I was like fidelity, longevity, monogamy. I was like, those are the things that you want because they were coming for cheating or whatever. And I was like, let's just FLM, fidelity, longevity, monogamy, fidelity, longevity, monogamy, FLM, FLM. And then like the next person I talked to was like, yeah, ENM. And I'm like, oh my God, I just came up with like the opposite acronym for this in my last session. It was fucking bizarre. So FLM, not FML, FLM, fidelity, longevity, monogamy. If you're working on third parties or anything that's the opposite of fidelity, longevity, monogamy, you can use that FLM chant, fidelity, longevity, monogamy, fidelity, longevity, monogamy. I love relationships because they offer me fidelity, longevity, monogamy. Of course, I'd love to get in a relationship with somebody because it's a chance to experience fidelity, longevity, monogamy. It always turns back to that. Okay. He said polygamy is all an excuse to his cowardice, and I'm not in that mindset. I'm not desperate. I know my worth. Regina, it's interesting because somebody asked earlier, what about the manifestations that don't come through? And, we think about like, how there's some like rhetoric about like if it doesn't work out, it's not meant for you. Where is the line? And this is a question I don't know the answer to between like protecting you from stuff that will harm you versus like, all right, bitch, I'm gonna let you get this manifestation and you're gonna find out exactly why you don't need this man or why this isn't good for you. But or whatever, right? Like you needed to learn that lesson or whatever. Obviously it was a lesson on your path. And you wouldn't have learned that lesson if you hadn't been successful in your manifestation of getting this person that was not the right person for you. This guy who's so accomplished, I don't know if I can get him. Well, there's your problem right there. But I know he's my husband. How to speed up my manifestation. Know that you can get him. Switch this. Stop saying you don't know. Switch that to you know and start practicing knowing instead of you're practicing don't know if you can get him. You need to practice knowing that you can get him. And you need to also remove him from the pedestal, right? Because he's so accomplished. So what? And that means so you don't deserve him. You don't deserve an accomplished partner. Like that's what you're really saying. So if you deserve an accomplished partner, then like, and he's accomplished and that's who I pick. Guess what? Guess who I pick? I pick the accomplished one. You see what my husband's gonna have? Have you seen his resume? Like, instead of this, like, oh God, he's so accomplished, little old me over here. That's gonna keep you underneath him always. So quit acting like it's an issue. Equalize yourself with this person, and again, practice knowing and not. You said, I don't know if I can get him. So yeah, so start practicing knowing that you can get him.